Subscribe to the channel and comment, I subscribe. We'll try to reply to all comments.
The key to allowing all of this is to create an atmosphere that helps you to realize it. You get to have all that you've asked for. You just have to figure out how to vibrationally do that. We want you to feel the power of your own point of attraction. We want you to feel the control that you have of your own point of attraction. So what you want to do is find a way of talking about it in a softer way, in a way that has less momentum, in a more general way. So a good way to do that is to think about why you want to allow whatever it is that you want. Because the more specific you are, then the more you activate it right where it already is. So you want to find a different way of doing it. You are so accustomed to efforting in order to overcome your contradictory vibration. You can realize it. And so these ideas that come to you, that's part of that realization. Even the visualization that comes to you, even the imagination that comes to you, is part of the unfolding of it, you see. But we want you to understand that everything, before it is vibrationally observable through your physical senses, it must be vibrationally observable to you through your emotional senses. So you have to feel it into being. Source knows where you stand in relationship to everything you want, and knows many paths to help you to get to where you want to be. It's the realization of the ideas, you see. And so what you all have been calling visualization and imagination are part of the manifestations that we're talking about. So I want what's in the vortex to come into my human experience. So now I'm preparing myself for the realization of it. So what are the first evidences of the manifestation? The first manifestation, and we want to call it a manifestation because it's visceral, you can feel it, is the emotion that you feel. So when you feel calm, when you feel sure, when you feel excited, when you feel eager, when you feel anticipation, when you feel even hopeful, when you feel confident, those emotions are manifestations to let you know that you are in the vibrational vicinity of what you're asking for. And if you could maintain that, what we're encouraging you to do is to spend most of your time creating an environment that is conducive to you realizing, so that you are the receiver of the idea, so that you are the receiver of the vision. In other words, so first it's emotions, and then it's thoughts, and then it's visualization. And so if you can discover how to feel better, you've already done step one. You've already done step two is already done. All you got to do is feel better. You've already done the efforting. You've already done the sifting. You've already done the hard part. You've already done the asking. And Source has already delivered the vibrational essence of what you want, all queued up, ready to be realized by you in the moment that you stop offering resistance that holds it apart. That's how thoughts turn to things, you see. First they come into the thing called emotion, and then they come as the thing called thought, and then they come as the thing called word, and then they come as the thing called rendezvous with someone else. In other words, the expansion is coming from the resources that are right here, and it is unlimited. There is no limit to what you can accomplish. If this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire within you a desire, this time-space reality has the wherewithal to deliver the full goods of that desire every time. Nothing is off limits to you. And the only thing that prevents you from the full manifestation of anything that you desire is you've got contradictory thoughts that are keeping you from realizing the path to what you want. We want to talk to you about the evolution of all thought. We want to talk to you about how a vibration becomes a thought and then becomes almost simultaneously the manifested version of the thought, which is the first manifestation that we want to talk with you about, which is the emotion that comes once you are in the vibrational vicinity of translating the vibration into something that means something to you. Did you get all of that? An emotion means something to you. When you start feeling it, that means you're translating the vibration of it. When you feel anything, whether it feels good or whether it feels not good, you are translating vibrations. And so you are already understanding at a vibrational level. You're already understanding the mix of vibrations that you've got going on. The better it feels, the more you are leaning in the direction of who you really are and what you really want and all that you've become. The worse that it feels, the more you are leaning in the other direction. So Stay with us just for a moment. So there is a vibration, and let's say that this vibration is about what Source knows in this moment about you. And just for fun in this conversation, let's pretend that you have no clue about that. You're worthy and you don't know it. You are blessed beyond anything that you even come close to knowing, and you don't know it. There is so much vibrationally about you that, let's say, you are in this moment unaware of. Maybe you've never been aware of it. Maybe you're just ornery and not aware of it right now, but you're not aware of it. It's a vibration that you are not tuned into. You've got your dial set somewhere else. But now, let's say that you've had a good night's sleep. You slept really good. You woke up feeling good. So now, just for fun, let's talk about you being in a good mood. You're in a good mood because you've not been focused upon anything that's put you in a bad mood. And so now, this vibration that you were not perceiving earlier, now you have a better opportunity to perceive it. And so now a thought occurs to you. Now that thought is that vibration moving, evolving toward the full manifestation that you want. And as the idea occurs to you, you are the perceiver of the vibration. Sort of see how that works? And then you have a feeling response to that thought. Feels like a good idea, feels like an interesting idea, feels like something that you want. So that is the vibration being perceived by you. This vibration will become stronger. It will become more, which means it will become more discernible by you, provided you stay on the vibrational wavelength of it, which then became a thought, which then you translated into emotion, now begins to translate into rendezvous with others. It translates into stronger ideas that flow forth from your own mind. It translates into other people that you're meeting. It begins to translate into the full blossoming of anything and everything you want. There is nothing that exists in your desire that you cannot fully manifest. Nothing. But before you can begin to do that, you have to accept that you are a perceiver of the vibration. And that's where so many of you get tripped up, because you look around and you don't even realize that you've been perceiving, and you look around at this world which is full of stuff and others doing all kinds of things. And so you think it is more tangible than it is, and you think it's more about action than it is. Most of you have missed the point altogether. You don't understand that you are a vibrational being in a vibrational universe, and that it is so close to manifesting in your experience if you would just begin to tune yourself to it. Once you begin to accept that everything in this universe is vibrational and is ordered by this law of attraction, once you understand that and you begin to think and feel deliberately, now you can take a small idea almost as soon as it occurs to you, and you can foster it by focusing on it with the intent of feeling good as you do. And you can watch it blossom right before your eyes into things that most people would call magical. It isn't magical. It is just a conscious, deliberate utilization of the laws of the universe and the guidance system that you were born with, in order to hold yourself in a vibrational frequency pattern enough that you can begin to perceive as you are meant to perceive, you see. And the thing about this is, don't worry that you will begin to create things that others can't see, because they will gain enough momentum that everyone will see them. And then you will be standing in that crowd of those who are the receivers of things that you want, with so many standing outside of that crowd who are receiving everything they want, beginning to assign all kinds of bogus reasons to your success. Learn to use the tool, the emotional guidance tool that you were born with, that lets you tune yourself deliberately to the frequency that allows you to perceive the life that you want to live, you see. That's the freedom that you want. The freedom to feel as good as you mean to feel, no matter what's going on anywhere around you. The relationship that you must foster, the relationship that you were born knowing about, is the relationship between the source and you here in your physical body, between that inner being part of you. Some refer it to you as your soul. We call it your inner being, but it is that source energy. It's that expanded version of you that has been expanding even today with different things that you've been thinking about and experiencing. So as you are seeking relationship with that relationship first, if the relationship between you and who you really are is primary to you, if feeling good matters most to you, then everything else will fall into place. We just don't want you to need the condition to be exactly the way you want it to be before you can feel good. That conditional love will never work for you because it's backwards. We just explained to you why. There is the vibration, which becomes the thought and the emotion, and then it becomes the condition. But if you need the condition to be there before you can find the vibration, can you see how backwards that is? Also, it takes some time usually. There is an evolution that takes place. So sometimes there is this buffer of time before you are ready to perceive the full manifested version of it. So if you need the full manifested version of it before you can feel good, do you understand what that means? You're not going to be feeling good for quite a while. Do you feel how backwards that is? But if we can convince you that it is the feeling that you're going for, and we can show you how instantaneously or nearly so you can find the feeling of something, then you're home free. Because once you hone in on the feeling of it and you're able to focus enough that you can keep that feeling present within you, then the manifestation of it is very short to come. We want you to focus upon the essence of it and find the vibrational essence of it and find the pleasure from the vibrational essence of it, because we know what's coming next. I stopped worrying about having the thing I didn't have, and I started finding the feeling of why I wanted it. And as I focused upon the feeling of it, it was as if I had it. And then before I turned around, there it was.